Oh, yeah! Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1424 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, March 21st, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Everything you need to know in 40 minutes or less. But if you need more, go to patreon.com/hardfactor. Today, we're welcoming Large, our good friend Large from Barstool Sports, back to the show. How's it going, Large? Been way too long since we talked.
Yeah, very much so. I don't know how you guys normally get your guests, but I reached out to you. You know, I would normally sit back and be like, oh yeah, whatever. Let's get to it, fucking guys.
No, that's how lazy we are, Large, is that we get some recurring guests because they say, hey, what's been going on? Are you guys still alive? And then we're like, yeah, come check it out. Come back on. And then that's
happy to be back. I miss every one of you.
Yeah.
We miss you too.
I miss you too.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you. Good to see your face. Glad you're doing good.
Right before we started, Large was talking about how his dog had an upside down vagina. What was that about?
Yeah. They reversed the flow of your dog's vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been leading with that. I bought a French Bulldog because everyone has one now. And when I brought her home, she had her vagina was inverted. Oh, not inverted, but upside down. So like urine was pulling in it, infections, very tough to mount her. So I had to go and get an episiotomy, which cost me $5 or $6 grand. And then she healed up from that. And Annie had gotten like a late dose of COVID. And so, I left like some fucking Advil in a bedroom for her. And then apparently Advil is very poisonous to dogs. You guys know this?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah, totally knew that. Yeah, shit. Yeah.
4 Advil, $4,000. I'm leaving the hospital. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I get banged for a speeding ticket on the way home. 2:00 in the morning.
Oh,
I was like, I got this upside down fucking junky French Bulldog back there, and you guys are shitting in my mouth.
He didn't let you off after the
Bad
vagina
luck.
story?
I gave him the whole thing, man. I was like, hey, you like Barstool? No. Hey, you like dogs?
right. What about this? Yeah.
Hey, you like Advil?
How about the direction of your wife's vagina? Did you know?
Yeah.
Right.
On the road to recovery.
That's tough, Large. Well, I'm glad that you're doing better today, though. Right, one step at a time.
No, she had what I was saying. I just took her back from the vet. We'll do other stuff, I think, on this show. One of her anal glands had abscessed. So I don't know if you know what's inside those things, but it's like a fish oil. And, and with hers had a tremendous amount of blood. So it was just fucking, it was like the floor of an ER on the fucking bed that she sleeps on. So
that's tough.
Yeah, another
What
grand.
did you pay for this dog, Large?
So I bought her from a private breeder before I knew about Mrs. Peaches. And now next one I'm getting is this rescue. I'm going to name him Mr. Plums, the whole fucking thing. But this one I bought and it cost me $7 grand.
Holy
Sure.
Just for the dog, not the health problems.
Yes, flew her up from Oklahoma. Annie, my daughter, and I met a young urbanite in Newark Airport where he handed off a knapsack with the dog, and I handed off a paper envelope with $3,500 in it.
Sounds
Wow.
legit.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So you always got to finger your dog before you take it home, Large. That's
You do.
moral of the
Well,
story.
live and learn, right?
The more you know. Yeah, that's tough.
How you guys doing? How's everyone's dogs and their vaginas and shit like that?
My girlfriend's dog just had the anal thing, and it was terrible. It exploded at the vet. It was I wasn't there, luckily, but not fun to deal with.
What are they putting in dog?
It's like a wisdom tooth. Do they give you the returns on that at the end of the that session? Yeah.
I didn't ask. I was like, how about some painkillers? They're like, no, she doesn't need them. I was like, I wasn't asking for her, right?
Right. That's one of the best parts of a dog injury,
Yeah.
honestly, is the painkillers that the humans can take. Doing pretty good. I think we're all we're doing pretty good. We're out here. We're living. Yeah.
Be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are everybody's alive. The dogs are all alive. Wives are all alive, They're so
A lot of babies, right? Since the last time?
all the kids,
Babies,
there's like
yeah.
4 new kids. Well, yeah, probably so. And they're all still alive as well. Young, but still alive.
Excellent.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, guys. Good
Wes,
seeing you.
do your
Thanks,
thing.
Large.
No, Large.
Your
If you,
news, Wes.
Send pics of that vagina.
if you could stay with us, we're also today going to be talking about some solar eclipse. I know you had some thoughts about that. History, maybe a little history lesson from Large eventually. Some money stuff. While he's here, we got to talk with the money man about what we need to do with our dollars right now. Cucks in the UK, evolution, and much more. So we got a lot on tap.
Yeah, we better get to it.
Let's
Get
do it.
into it.
All right. Large, you know a lot of stuff. Do you know the two closest relatives to humans of the ape species?
I do not know.
Okay. One of them is the chimpanzee. The other one is the bonobo. Okay. Now, according to Google, bonobos are distinguished from the chimpanzee. They have longer limbs, pinker lips, darker face, a tail tuft, and longer hair on their heads. And they also are more likely to walk bipedally. And here's a couple pictures so you can see the difference between a bonobo and a chimp. You know, yeah.
More attractive.
Yes, I would say so, Pat. I think you're
Big time.
correct. Yeah.
Aren't
Between
the
the two of
bonobos?
them.
They also have a lot of sex, right? Bonobos, they just.
I think they both have a lot of sex.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, sometimes it might be hard to see just how closely we are related to chimps and bonobos as humans. They are wild animals covered in hair, but thanks to a group of chimps at Germany's Magdeburg Zoo, we can now see even more clearly how closely related chimps are to humans. And that's because a particular group of stressed out and penned up chimps have begun ripping each other's hair off their bodies, exposing their muscular physiques, which really resemble a small human in shape, kind of like a muscular old Mexican. Can you see it, Large?
That's what I was going to go to.
Hunched over from a lifetime of work.
Yeah, I mean, nipple-wise, dead ringer for my wife, but the rest of it is more like a field worker, a little more weathered.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. He's like an old agave picker.
Yeah. I shoot your cilantro.
Yeah. Thanks for paying into a social security of a guy that's not you.
Yeah. Now the zoo has a sign up to warn visitors what they're about to see might look like the chimps are evolving right before their eyes, but it is in fact a case of what they call over grooming, according to the zoo's veterinarian, who's lying because you don't have much to do if you're a chimp in a zoo.
They need to sell tickets. They can't say they're ripping each other's hairs out. It's over.
They see the humans
Right.
outside of the cage, right? How are you going to try
Right.
to get outside the cage to convince everybody that you're human too, right?
I heard this is going on in elementary schools too.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So according to the Post, their report, PETA is also very upset about this. They say that the animals are stressed out. They've complained about the size of the pen that these particular chimps are being kept in. I guess back in 2021, PETA campaigned for the housing against the housing of these chimps, and they escaped. I guess they broke out of a door in 2019. Anyway, PETA's all over it, right? They said there's significant suffering, ongoing suffering, so they're just stressed out and ripping each other's hairs out.
They have a case though, right? They're pulling each other's hairs out. Like that's
Yeah.
there's some evidence.
Did they say where they went when they escaped, or did they?
No, they didn't. That was a side note. They also said that they are exhibiting unusual behavior, including some animals consuming their own excrement. But I mean, when you think about it, like when you go to the chimp enclosure at the zoo, you want to see two things. You want to see like cute baby chimps, and you want to see a hairless adult doing insane shit, like eating its own shit, or fighting, or its own cum, like
coming in its own face is tight.
Yeah, like this video. We've all seen this one, right?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Eat your own semen.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's what you want to see when you go to the zoo.
Not a
right?
first timer.
Oh, he's still throbbing.
What a showman.
Yeah, the lady's
on a
about
car.
Lady's
Wow.
about to puke.
Safari.
So anyway, yeah, here's a couple more photos of these hairless chimps. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You can see the muscle striations in their arms and stuff. They look like little humans. So it's kind of crazy to see just how close we are to them once they rip all their hair off each other.
Right. We're all great apes, right?
They do look like a fit dad.
Yeah.
Like a Golden Bachelor type. They look right, like where the peck gets real big,
like RFK or something.
Yeah, like RFK. They look like an RFK.
But they should be, because all they do is climb all fucking day. It's not like they have a lot to do. Like
sure, Mark. That is true. Are we sure this isn't for style? Because they kind of look like a poodle. Like, you know, when like a poodle, you don't see a poodle how you're supposed to see a poodle most of the time. You see a poodle shaved, right? With like a fucking tuft. They call it the lion or whatever. Are we sure they're just not evolving?
Well, yeah, exactly. A lot of the comments were being like, "Oh, they're just trying to look like their human captors." Of course, a lot of the other comments were extremely racist, and I won't even mention those.
They start putting on like hats and
Thanks,
zoo
Wes.
outfits. They're just trying to blend in.
Yeah. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff. And now
making more or
Read the
less
racist
scared.
ones, Wes.
Yeah.
I was gonna make Large read the racist ones, but I decided against it because they are extremely racist.
Because he's a guest.
Yeah. Large,
I have a history. I do. I have a history.
Yeah, we know. You were perfect for it. And guys, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's the first thing you do if you had an extra hour in your day, right? Would you take a nap? Would you go for a run? Maybe, show up for a friend? A lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time, right? Question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and make it a priority. Therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can do more of it. We've all talked about therapy. Therapy, I've mentioned many times, helped me get sober. It was, one of the main ways that I was able to do it. It is life-changing. And if you're struggling with anything, I recommend it. Even if you're not struggling with anything, everyone can use a nice session of therapy. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what matters or for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hardfactor. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor.
And guys, if you know anything about me, I'm a gear guy. I always have been, always will be a gear guy. And you also might know I'm a dad of two and have not much in my life other than looking after these kids and this show. But it's pretty empty otherwise. And I need to take care of myself. I need stuff for myself, like maybe gear from Bespoke Post. Make this year your most awesome yet with a box of awesome. That's right, guys. From Bespoke Post. Every month, box of awesome's filled with carefully chosen gear, what you need. From the best small brands from around the world. This month, I got this absolutely insanely cool headlamp. Check this shit out. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a lot of headlamps. Whoa. This is from LED Lenser. And I threw my other headlamps away. I'm a guy that literally rolls with a headlamp in my backpack and then will let you know on vacation, hey, if you're going to be grilling tonight, you might want to hit me up because I've got a headlamp, and you didn't think of that because that's the type of guy I am.
Extras, yeah.
And if you're a gear guy, which you can be if you go to Bespoke Post and get a box of awesome, right? You can be the same type of guy. Whether you want to drink or eat more awesome, dress more awesome, travel more awesome, they got you. Box of Awesome has you covered. To get started, take a quiz. It's pretty cool. Go to boxofawesome.com, and your answers will help them pick what box of awesome is right for you. It's free to join. And they release new items every month, right? So every month you can have a little gift that makes you feel good about yourself. Remember that you're a person, not just a dad. When you become a member, you'll have access to stellar discounts, from the gear if you want to buy it on its own outside the box of awesome. And you'll be supporting small businesses, perhaps the most important point. So 90% of everything that comes in your box is from small up-and-coming brands. Free to sign up, pretty simple. Get a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter that code HARDFACTOR at checkout. That's one word, boxofawesome.com, code HARDFACTOR at checkout for a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment, boxofawesome.com, code HARDFACTOR.
You got to turn it off. You're going to make me come.
Well, let me just put on, you should put on one of the other lenses.
How many lumens you got on there? It's a lot.
So many fucking lumens, dude.
Yeah.
I've used both of them, Bespoke and BetterHelp.
Nice.
So,
Yeah,
not that you need me to say that, but I highly recommend.
No, we don't.
Large. The upside down vagina, I imagine BetterHelp helps.
We
appreciate it
right here.
Actually, no, Bespoke. I mean, you get the headlamp in there. You really see what you're working with. The way I found out.
That came in handy recently.
I think this vagina's upside down, but how can I be sure?
Is that a pull of urine?
Call somebody.
It's like a cave.
Yeah.
I think you're up
Bespoke
large.
always sent you something useful recently, especially for stuff like that. So, hey, next up, Large, I'm going to ask you some money questions because, as you know, we don't know anything about money, and you know more about it than we do, right?
Okay.
And so I'm going to ask you some of those. But first, I wanted to hear about the issues that you're having with the upcoming solar eclipse. And so we'll get into the money stuff, but can you explain, why the solar eclipse?
Yeah, I live in Bergen County, New Jersey. And so I'm in Northeast New Jersey. So I'm in the path of this solar eclipse that is coming our way, I think in the end of the first week of April. We've been around for a couple of solar eclipses.
April 8th, yeah. Total.
I'm sorry, April 8th. I apologize. So my kids are all school age. My daughter is in middle school. My son is in high school here at Ridgewood. And my oldest is a sophomore down at the University of Alabama. He's out of the picture. He's down there having unprotected sex with beautiful women.
Wow.
So
Roll Tide.
yeah, thanks. So one county over had put out an email last week that they're shutting schools after 12 noon because of the solar eclipse. And the reason they're doing that is because it's supposed to pass overhead around here around 3 o'clock. So the Livingston Public Schools Superintendent Matthew Block announced in a letter to parents that the local elementary, middle, and high school will dismiss on April 8th at around noon. So between noon and 12:45. Block said they're concerned unsupervised children might be drawn to look at the eclipse, damaging their eyes. Concerns over driving during the eclipse also factored into the early dismissal. I was disappointed. This is the deal. So I'm disappointed. I think there's a certain, listen, I'm not a Marine, right? You guys know me, right? Like I'm not a tough guy. I'm a man's man, but I'm not a tough guy. My dad came over by himself on a boat from Ireland when he was 19. Never wore underwear before that. He was a farmer and a deep sea fisherman. He's a man's man. So I've seen the fall off that has happened between Cornelius McCarthy and Michael McCarthy.
Right.
And now between Michael McCarthy and Finnegan McCarthy, my middle kid, I don't know if there's much more fall off that we can do without people coming over and just fucking eating their lunch. Listen, grammar school, I get it, right? You have little kids coming out wanting to look up the sun. But these kids in high school, I live in a neighborhood where a lot of people are held back for lacrosse or whatever the fuck people hold people back for now. So high schoolers, seniors in high school are 19 years old. Juniors are 18 years old. Like it's not like it was. And so they're ready to go to war. They're ready to be able to get married. They're ready to vote. And we can't trust them to not fucking look up.
Right.
Or hand out a 90-cent pair of glasses.
Yeah. And
They're
I
kind
think
of saying that they're idiots too.
they really aren't giving my kids the benefit of the doubt or anyone's kids benefit of the doubt. And I also think of poor people or double income people, or single moms who every time
don't think of poor people.
Well, the homeless reflect large. On April 9th, we're going to be seeing a bunch of blind homeless.
So when they pop up with snow days, I hear people who do my lawn say how I wasn't able to get somebody to watch my kids because
it's a real problem.
I don't give a fuck. Go do my lawn, right?
Right.
Driveway, but honestly, so now people have to plan around this. And essentially, school is closed due to lack of sun. And that just jumped out to me because I know that kids as young as grammar school in England in the 30s and 40s went to school regularly during the fucking Blitzkrieg. And now my kids are probably going to get a half day because of the solar eclipse.
They're going to turn the lights off for a second, Large. I mean, hey.
What are you guys getting it for a minute and a half?
I think in its entirety, it'll be visible for 2 hours. And I think the one part that you can really look at it during the total eclipse, to your point, lasts for about 2 minutes. Right. There's 2 minutes when you're 100% okay to look up because the total eclipse of the sun song.
Now,
go.
Aren't kids supposed to be in school? They're saying that these idiots are going to wander outside during the eclipse and then look up?
It passes us at 2:45. So the kids get out at 2:50, 3 o'clock. So they will be in the sweet spot for when the eclipse is. But make lemonade.
Bus drivers can't drive in the dark?
Because they can't control the children at all. They have to just let them go. And
they're worried about getting sued, right?
It's a liability thing, right? Yeah. This is litigious America.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 this year. We have another one coming up in August. So I'm assuming that it's going to happen again in August. I mean, I realize that
setting a precedent. Yeah. Setting a precedent. Yeah.
Right. And then what's next? Right. Like a heavy allergy day, perhaps is when the pollen count is
Air quality is too low, Large. You got to
Right.
watch your kids today.
Right.
Sorry.
So I'm looking to nitpick a little bit. My life is good, and that fucking killed me for some reason. I wrote a blog about it.
No. I think that people who watch kids will come up with any excuse to send the kids back to you.
I
gotta say though,
This seems to be what happens in that industry. Whether school, daycare, all of it. It's just
I wandered into the street in 2017. It was in LA. I was in LA. It was like the main, and it happened. I was like, I'm not going to wander in the street. But I found myself in the middle of the street looking up. I mean,
disoriented by the eclipse.
It has like a very magnetic effect. Like you really
send out an email, and also again, these glasses are like just cardboard. They're handing them out for 90 cents at every fucking city. Large lives in a nice part of town. These schools can't afford 90-cent glasses. Probably buy them in bulk.
If you want to teach by example, the GIF that I put in the blog was obviously the last time around when Trump was president, when him and Melania were out on the thing, and they both had the glasses. At one point, Trump just took them off and was like, what the fuck? So,
he has displayed
it's not so tough.
Looking right into it won't kill you. He did the thing you're not supposed to do. So.
And look at him; he's perfectly normal.
A lot of people said I couldn't
run for president.
I shouldn't
somehow. So
so that's what. So dogs, vaginas, and eclipses are really steaming my broccoli since the last time we met. Otherwise, all's good.
We're all caught up.
Did you email the people that sold you this fucked up dog, bro?
No, I got my money back.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the dog was
Dog
was $7,000. I think with transportation costs or whatever, I got my money back. I had any call. We got like $6,000 back or something. So they, a little something for their trouble. And I don't know. I'm still not.
Now you're only in the hole like $500,000 on the dog.
Right. Yeah. That's a good dog though. Yeah. Shout out Blue Cheese. Blue Cheese McCarthy. She's the same color as Blue Cheese, and she fucking stinks. But it's just a fucking, I don't know. It is what it is. So that's it.
Poor little Blue Cheese. All right. Well, going to move on to the money, Large. Thank you for the solar eclipse update. We needed to cover solar eclipse. I felt like that was a great way to do it.
By the way, when it comes around, you're going to see all these people having solar eclipse parties, right? Those people are a different breed also.
Mark's you're talking to him.
I'm going to be at a concert, Large, and I'm going to be probably blinding myself. So
really?
All good. Yeah.
Nice.
He's going for the total eclipse of his own mind.
That's right.
All right. So now moving on to the money. Every day, Large, there's something trending in the news that we try to discuss but don't understand about money. Okay. Yesterday, we talked about the NVIDIA AI chips that are going to change the world entirely, allegedly. Mm-hmm. And then that's like the stock market's high. And then today, before we tape, the Fed announced that interest rates are staying at 5%. And then the market rallied to new highs on promises of 3 rate cuts coming later this year. So my question to you, Large, is from what I understand, the Fed is basically in charge of the money supply, right? And with no
Fed again.
Yeah, we're gonna
I need Large to answer this. He's the expert. And with no national debt cap existing,
you might not get a word in here
for like quite a while. Kind of in some ways, you could say that they're in charge of everything because of that, right? Because they control the money. There's no cap on the money.
He's leading Large to prove a point.
It's like a private bank. It's like a private bank that just has the entire nation.
Hey guys, Large agreed to come on for the Fed conversation.
Deeply in debt.
He told me, he's like,
ask Large about the Fed. Is that all right?
He said, Large, you want to talk about Fed and all that stuff? I said, no. He said, all right, then I'm just going to talk a little bit about it if you have anything to add. I was like, okay, I really don't want. He's like,
so those were like
small part. We'll do naked monkeys, and then we'll do. I was like,
we weren't aware either, Large.
Yeah. So listen, I don't want to.
We're in debt to this bank, and they're keeping interest rates the same. What's the situation, Large?
Right. I think one of the biggest things that enrages people as far as headlines go is when members of Congress and lawmakers are able to have positions in stocks that they have control over, right? Because that's the closest thing that you can find to insider trading. Barstool had entered into a deal with look at the baby. Barstool had entered into a deal with DraftKings. Like DraftKings is our sole provider for whatever. And before that had happened, I was talking casually with someone because we knew that this was coming down. It was kind of hush hush. They said, I wonder what would happen if we just purchased some DraftKings. I was like, you'll go not to prison because it wouldn't be a big number, but that's insider trading because technically you're privy to knowledge that other people aren't. And when you act upon that knowledge, for your own profit, that's called insider trading. I
can't buy until something's published.
Well, what if my wife does and I just take all the profits?
Right. Or your aunt.
Yeah.
And there's some gray area around that, but that's something that really sticks in people's craws. Like when they see stuff like that, other than Will, everyone kind of lets the rest of this shit go by with the Fed. The only legal manipulation of the market, and that's what it is. It's manipulation of the market. They want to slow it down and speed it up, is done through the Fed. And it makes people, through interest rates. And it makes people, make and lose billions of dollars every day, all fucking day. And it's this huge mystery. Like there aren't many orange juice future announcements left in the world. Everything is sort of telegraphed. I know we're supposed to have 3 cuts, and the first cut now is supposed to be midsummer. And you guys used to take bets on things. Remember that thing you guys used to do on like political
predict it? Yeah.
Predict it. Yeah.
So, and that's exactly what it is in Wall Street too, on what it's going to be. So when these things don't come to fruition, the market goes fucking haywire. This was kind of baked in. This market that's very toppy, as you guys know. Ran a little bit on it, but it really was almost a non-event, and we're still scheduled to have it as it goes along. I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I can't speak over intelligently about it, because I don't know how they get the fucking where they get the guidance to do it.
Right, because it's like what's going to happen is I guess they hit the 2% inflation, and they're like, okay, now we can lower off 5% interest. I don't know.
But when? Right. And then how much? And then so all that stuff like Bernanke, Greenspan, Jay Powell, like all these guys who have had the rudder to the market throughout my short career. I've never been privy to what their decision making is or exactly who governs them, because it seems like it's something like there's nobody on top of them. It's not like Biden steps in for anything.
Right. I think that's why a lot of people want those quarterly meeting minutes. It's probably like a board of people. Who knows? Anyways,
I have a question for Large.
I was just watching too many conspiracy theories.
Isn't it true that it's just 6 Jewish men with horns coming out of their heads in the Fed board meetings?
A lot of people are saying that on X.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just it's pretty well known what the board consists of, right?
You're not
a lot of guys I don't follow. It's popping up on my feed on X. I don't follow these guys, but they're saying things like that.
Listen,
on X.
I hate to pull rank and tell you
scared of those guys.
I hate to pull rank and tell you guys that you're wrong, but it's 7 Jews because they can't have a tie. So there's always, you know what I'm saying? And, those Jews with their ties, right? Yeah.
Are the ones in the subway in the basement connected? I don't know. We'll move on. All right.
I will tell you, this is an election year, right? So people tend to invest in the market, in election years. I mean, particularly in what do you guys think about the election? What's your prediction for the presidential?
Well, my Robert F. Kennedy bet on Predicted went down with the Rogers potential, but now it's shooting up.
I bet we're getting an old shithead to win.
There you go. One of the 2 old guys is going to win.
It'll probably be Trump again.
Right. So when you have so you're going to have a ton of promises made that will be delivered in the first couple of months, and that's going to inject money into the infrastructure. So then you're going to see, that rising tide lift all ships. So people are automatically starting to invest in this market on an election year. And oh man, when they all of a sudden start to experience cuts midsummer leading up to November, and that trade doesn't work out because everyone's sitting pretty now. Maybe you've been sitting on your Bitcoin for a while, or you're late to the party. Maybe you've been sitting on your Nvidia for a while, or you're late to the party. But either way, as you're starting to get in this, and you want to buy those traditional infrastructure stuff. Like if I believe that Trump's going to win, I'm going to load up on prison stocks, CXW, GEO, all those kinds of fucking names. And then I'm going to get fucking hosed on some of these interest rate cuts. So it's really going to ruffle some feathers as we get closer to November. But for right now, I'm not really ruffled.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Well, no ruffled feathers. Love it. Also over in DC, Fed's over in DC, but also there was a guy named Bobulinski. Okay. This is what he looks like. Check him out.
Jesus, how'd he get in that suit?
Right. He looks like he's about to jump over the fucking microphone.
I know. I say
Just
this
the
sometimes,
thread
but
count on that.
that guy shits. That guy fucking shits.
Dude. Bobulinski's a unit, I think.
What do they ask him, and how do they apologize before they ask the question?
I'm not throwing stones, but that guy could be a fifth member of Hard Factor.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Oh, Bobulinski's
on
cut
him?
from our cloth. That's a
Similar blood pressure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, similar health profiles to Bobulinski over here. But yeah, so he testified about Biden's alleged foreign money deals in Congress on Wednesday, and this is the impeachment trials ever since the second Trump impeachment trial. It's just kind of lost its luster for me. So like I don't really know much about the contents of what he talked about, but I'm just glad that he looks so funny when he was talking about it, because
I'm glad you, without knowing what the guy said, brought up further information that someone was testifying about the foreign money deals as it relates to Biden.
I would.
That was what it was. That was what it was over. That's his testimony.
But you gotta know what he said.
His back and forth with AOC though on the testimony today was pretty sweet. I don't know if you guys have seen it. So it'll be tomorrow. So yesterday
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So she's like, name a crime. He's like, Rico. She's like, no, name a crime. And he's like,
there's a crime.
Which statute or what? And then she's like, no, I yield my time. I mean, it was. She went down an avenue she probably shouldn't have with him.
Did he finish his water before chewing the glass, or just he went straight for it?
I know that's.
What round was he drafted in?
Yeah,
he looks like a brick shit house, right? Like that's what I'm more interested in. He looks like a.
Did he immediately go to become the head weight training coach for any NFL team?
Right. If I was to show you this, you'd think I was talking about an offensive line coach, like not a guy testifying about foreign money deals. So, anyways,
can you split screen him with one of those naked monkeys? Because he seems like he's 2 long nipples away. Bobulinski.
Ooh, that's him. Yeah, he's the real primal guy. All right. Well, thank you, Large. I appreciate all your interjections and your expertise there on that segment.
Is that the I want to shake your hand guy?
Oh, I don't want to shake your hand.
He's gonna break it. You know what else Bobulinski probably loves? A nice, delicious meal out on the town. Just a delicious one. Sometimes though, like with me and my wife, it gets busy with the kids, right? And I see Pat's got his kid there with him. You might not always have time to go out on the town like you want to, right, guys? I mean, you want to get out there, right? But you just can't. Well, lucky for us, CookUnity is the first chef to you service delivering locally sourced meals from award-winning chefs right to your door every week, and it's cheaper than other delivery options. Go to cookunity.com/hardfactor or enter code HARDFACTOR before checkout for 50% off your first week. We just started using the service at my house. The options and taste are phenomenal. Hundreds of options you could choose from. Big burrito guy over here, been eating award-winning burritos straight to my door. All kinds of styles. Tons more to pick from when I'm done with these. What have you guys been enjoying from CookUnity?
Chicken pot pie.
All the pasta dishes they have. That's what I pretty much ordered all pasta, and they're all delicious.
Fantastic. Every meal, Wes, it's because every meal is handcrafted by chefs and made in local micro kitchens, not large production facilities like other services. Your food arrives fresh, never frozen, in packaging that keeps meals fresh in the fridge for up to 7 days. CookUnity packaging is compostable, recyclable, or reusable. Pick as few as 4 or as many as 16 meals per week. Experience chef quality meals every week delivered right to your door. Go to cookunity.com/hardfactor or enter promo code HARDFACTOR before checkout for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using code HARDFACTOR or going to cookunity.com/hardfactor.
I want to talk a little finance too, Will. Few investments make a better long-term hedge against inflation, depression, and economic downturns than precious metals like gold and silver. You want to stick it to the Fed, plan the inevitable, and protect your retirement savings with a gold-backed IRA from Noble Gold Investments. Noble Gold Investments is the gold IRA company that Americans trust because the founders of Noble Gold have more than 20 years of combined experience in buying gold and silver, and they have secured more than $1 billion in precious metals for their clients. Not too shabby. Hedge against inflation, which thanks for delaying that, the Fed. What they already today, they were like, no, yeah, we just talked about it. Never mind. Economic downturn, defense, great tax advantages, invest in safe haven assets.
That's where the gold comes in. Yeah.
You got to get the gold. And there's 2 ways you can get the gold with these guys. They can give you tax advantage gold IRA, or if you want to really impress people when they come over, you can have gold bars. They'll send you physical gold delivered to your door. Noble Gold Investments ensures a seamless and easy transaction. Invest in something you can hold. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com/hardfactor to get started. Don't wait. That's noblegoldinvestments.com/hardfactor. Let's end the show with one of the saddest stories coming out of the UK, at least for one ex-husband. 45-year-old Gavin Harper of Birkenhead, England, which is near Liverpool, is having a tough couple of years, tough stretch.
Yeah. He looks like a sadder Bobulinski who stopped working out.
This is when they asked him to smile. This is how sad he is in the past couple of years, and you're going to hear why. He suspected his wife, policewoman Stephanie Glynn, was having an affair. So he did what any sane person would do and placed a tracker in her car and stalked her every friggin' move.
That's what I'd do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better be safe than sorry, you know?
Exactly. And turns out he was right to be suspicious, because one day he followed Stephanie's location to a Screwfix. That's the name of the place where she was getting her fix from screwing. And that had to be a place she and her police office partner, who was banging her, went to bang because of the sign, right? If there was a come all over my dick shop, they would have gone there.
Screwfix.
Yeah.
That was
great.
open 7 days a week too.
Yeah, that was fun for them.
We'll have law enforcement, infidelity, and irony.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there she was getting rocked in her patrol car by partner Andrew McLulloch, more like McLickick. And things got worse for Gavin Harper as he aggressively approached the vehicle. Go
They
ahead,
were
Pat.
on patrol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Whole Patrol.
I'll
Whole
workshop
Patrol.
it.
Poontrol. Things got worse for Gavin Harper as he aggressively approached the vehicle while they were in the act, and he got his ass kicked by his wife's lover. Gavin was videoing the affair for evidence, and he got his legs swept out from under him. And all of a sudden, he was looking up at his wife and her lover, who were both pantless besides socks. So you can imagine, and I don't want to get too graphic here, but he's staring up at what you'd have to assume is a pretty big cock, probably bigger than his. And it's not exactly dry and probably smells like it's been inside his wife.
Yep.
And this wet fragrancy monster is just dangling inches from his head while he's on the ground getting beat up.
Right, and that from that angle, his wife's vagina looks like Large's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tough day.
Wait. So he went to follow his lady. She's banging her partner. He's filming it, and
yeah, he got it.
What, was he not paying attention? He snuck out and came around him.
He immediately started attacking the guy, and the guy just,
Okay.
the guy
He filmed himself attacking the guy?
Yes.
Why? Okay.
So also at this point, his wife started screaming at her lover to get the phone. So she's still 100% riding with the lover. And once the video evidence destroyed,
Oh, yeah. She hates
this
the
is
husband. She's already attacked him with the lover.
Finish and
I mean,
get the phone. Get the
It's a
phone and
really
finish.
tough scene for Gavin. It's like in Cheaters when the girl goes with the new guy.
Oh, yeah.
Is Gavin still alive?
Yes, he is. This is him in court.
Barely,
because
Wes.
this was back in 2020,
He's not doing
2021. Fast forward 3 years later, and he's still going through it as he's on trial for stalking and assault, as he was the first guy to throw a punch. Tough.
He's in
look.
trouble for that altercation. Yeah. See, why would you film yourself attacking the guy? That doesn't make any sense legally, right?
Yeah.
That
He
doesn't make
filmed
a
two
lot
of his. He
sense.
filmed two of his crimes: stalking and assault.
And his wife getting fucked.
Yeah.
And they're seeing it through all the way to the end in court, huh?
Quite a clip.
That thing is wet. That thing is dangling. The prosecution and his ex-wife were also just, calling him a total loser this week at trial, saying she's saying like we were separated. He couldn't get over it. He's a total stalker. Really tough scene for Gavin Harper in the UK.
He's a felon on top of a cuck.
Yeah. One last thing. Gavin used to be a cop until he was promoted to inspector, which I think is like detective over there, right? So a detective got beaten up by a beat cop while he was naked covered in his wife's stuff. So one guy's a hero in the bullpen and one guy's a little bit of a joke. And that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for joining Large.
Tough beat.
Yeah, thank you, Large. Hey, where can people find you, Large?
LargeBarstool, just on any social media platform.
There you go.
Twisted History drops this week. Rubbin' Is Racing drops every week. I'm still doing the whole NASCAR thing. And then I think I'm back in bed with the Zone. I might be in Saudi for the Fury
Oh, nice.
Usyk fight. So I'm wondering how that's going to go. Whether
Who do you
they're
think's
going
gonna
Finally
win?
happening.
Who's
You
gonna win that?
excited? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm a big Fury guy. Maybe you guys know that, maybe you don't. Friendly with the dude, and he looks in the best shape that he's ever looked in his life. I respect Usyk as much as anybody, but he's a light heavyweight who's just who I think is ahead of his skis. So, and I'll be there. Boots on the ground if they don't cut my fucking hands off once they see my browser history.
Not worried about the Ngannou stuff
pictures.
at all.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
awesome.
Nagano. I mean, it was nice that Nagano had gotten some. Oh, because it was because of Fury. Fury came in. I think he worked out for 6 days before fighting a legitimate action figure in Francis Ngannou.
Right. Okay.
And so much lesser.
That's a fluke.
job.
We're okay. All right.
Just tell your dog vagina story over there. You'll be fine.
Look over big.
Kill.
Yeah.
Shout out Nick Foster, live donation of $100. Probably,
yeah, there we go.
probably a big large fan too. So thanks, Nick.
Thanks. Golden elbow. All righty, boys.
All right.
Appreciate
we love everyone. Have a great fucking day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.